Hello there, kids. It is I, Stray Cat, the one and only, coming to you with a vlog that I clearly don't sound like I want to make because I don't. There has been some things going on in the family. I'm sure I've talked to you guys about my brother, about how he is. He is bipolar, so his decision-making abilities are compromised. And he is had many bad decisions in his life. I've argued that he has taken a lot of bad gambles and that they have never paid out well for him. Luckily, this time it also didn't go the way he intended either. It's a bit of dark humor, but it's how I'm coping. My brother tried to take his life 3 days ago. I am not sure how to feel. On the one hand, I do care about him. I'm glad to see he's okay, and that it didn't turn out the way he hoped. On the other hand, I want to throttle him, and I want to punch him in the face. He has gone through a lot in the last couple of months. But I've told him for years now his method currently of self-medicating with whatever he decides is worth, his while, is clearly not working. I've told him many times over the last few years. And it is now hit a point of extreme spiraling out of control, for lack of a better phrase. The last few months, I have been trying to get him to understand that he needs to get help. He needs to get help because what he's doing is not working. And he simply refuses. He thinks I am trying to be overbearing. I'm trying to control his life. I don't know his thoughts. I'm assuming these things. But I'm at a loss of what to do here. I'm not a parent, I'm a brother. But for years, he has had a broken parenting style, which could have gone one or two ways. One of two ways, technically. Between my mother and my late father, it did not really pan out in terms of parenting. One way is me, struggling to get by, but getting by. Not enjoying my life yet, but hopefully getting to that point. Mainly the problem is that I no longer have a direct way to make content for you guys and communicate with you guys as much as I want to. That seems to be the majority of the problem that I'm hoping to resolve eventually. I currently do not have the funds to do so, but I am working on ways to do so. As it stands, I have a plan, but it's not going to be for a while yet. On the other hand, there is my brother. The other way the parenting style could have gone. It's exacerbated by his mental illness, but it's pretty much how it would have gone either way. The bad decisions in his life, now multiple DUIs, no job, struggling to find one, has taken its toll on him. He has not been okay for the last few months. He has not been okay for a few years now. And unfortunately, he has a habit of strongly over-relying on family around him, specifically for financial and for lack of a better phrase, shelter support. I was in a similar situation with shelter, for lack of a better phrase, but financially I was doing okay. For a while he was too. Then the DUIs happened, and it significantly impacted his ability to get a job and keep a job. To be fair, the DUIs happened within months of each other. It is on him. But it has impacted him significantly. And I don't know what to do anymore. The majority of the last few months has been trying to convince him that he needs help. Legitimate mental, psychological help that can help eventually realign his life. He has decided instead to berate me and our parents, mother and stepdad, for not helping out more when we are already at our limit. I can barely help myself at this rate. I am able to afford everything I need, but I cannot afford to be helping someone else, especially the way he needs it. My parents can, but he takes a heavy emotional and psychological toll on those around him. He is a toxic person. Unfortunately, this behavior is mainly learned, and there's not much we can really do about it. It's been learned over several years of his life that he can eventually get a no into a yes from his family. It's a toxic way of looking at things, but it's how he's come to see his life. Unfortunately, that leads to me not really wanting him in my apartment, in my home, when he needs some place to be because he had pushed too hard in our parents' home for whatever reason, for whatever it is. That thing happened a few weeks ago, almost a month ago actually, now I think about it. And at that time I couldn't take him in, and I told him that. He pushed for hours to try and get me to change my answer, and I just couldn't. He berated me, he insulted me, he threatened me. That is what he does. It's what he has done for years. And that's why I don't want him in my home. My parents have been putting up with this sort of thing for years. I don't at all blame them for every once in a while just not wanting to give him anything, which was what led to him being homeless for a little bit, all of 2 days, I guess, and in that time he insulted and berated me so much I just turned off my phone. It's hard to say what's going on in his mind. But I've tried. I've tried to help and been spat in my face. A lot of it has to do with his mental illness, but I don't know what else to do. I was hoping, honestly, that he wouldn't get out of that hospital. He would actually ask someone for help while he was in there. And he didn't, clearly. Our parents are many things, but they are not a source of support when it comes to emotional and psychological damage, especially those we inflict on ourselves. My lowest point was just before I started making my YouTube videos and doing my YouTube channel. And I can't even continue that, but I don't need it anymore to be whole. It's an empty comfort that I can't that I don't, rather, I guess, need the channel to feel like a complete person, but I miss making things for you guys. I miss talking to you guys the way I used to. And it sucks. For him, I don't know what to do. I don't know what he can do. I don't know what he's willing to do. He has needed to change something in his life for years. And I don't know if he's willing to do that. just don't know anymore. Anyway, I'm going to, I don't know. With him, I'm going to keep trying. That's all I can really do. But if you don't hear from me from this point on for a while, it's because I'm still trying to deal with things. And assume that the next video I have out will be probably just as sad, if not worse. I'll be okay. I promise you I'll be okay. I can't promise that for my brother. Anyway, I'm going to go because people seem to be being loudly annoying up in the other apartment. So, I'll see y'all in the next video. Hopefully it'll be a little happier. I can only hope. But in the meantime, I will be trying to get the desktop like I planned. It will just be without bonds that are in my name. I will be Mr. Financially Responsible because it is in my blood. Or at least it should be. And in the meantime, I will survive. You guys can see my shenanigans of staying alive on Twitter. Twitter handle The Only Stray Cat because I'm so original. And yeah. I'm trying to put a positive spin on the end of this video, and it's just hard. But anyway. This has been the one, the only Stray Cat. Vlogging, hopefully playing video games for you soon. And just trying to make it. And doing a little better than my brother in that regard, I guess. For you.